Hello, amazing people. How are you guys doing today? I'm so glad to be your midst as usual. And this is to say happy weekend to every one of you listening to the sound of my voice at this time. Okay. So still on the Ooni Of Ife's stories that are coming out at this time. This one that we have right now is one story that will amaze you so well. Okay. And this has to do with the recent first Yoruba summit that was held by the Council of Yoruba Council worldwide, So, you see, sometime when we hear a lot of things, I will bring the report to you guys here. Sometime I know a lot of you, don't believe us, and that is expected because most time we tell you most of these stories are alleged stories here and there. Okay, you guys will recall that for quite some time now there has been advices, prophecies, declarations, from men of God, women of God, prophetess, even Great Yamifa, Forest Custodian, Reverend Esther Ajayi, all of them pointing to the fact that Ooni of Ife, should try and just be more concerned about his kingship, his kingdom, what he does. He should calm down. And the places he goes to, he shouldn't be seen everywhere and blah, 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 And even the dad, Paropo, it was alleged, has also, advised, Ooni of Ife, to prune down on the numbers of wives and just generally take his kinship, and what he does more seriously and stuff like that. We'll be seeing all those prophecies, advices, suggestions all over the place, and this one now seems to be the climax of it all. So what we are hearing at this time is that the Yoruba Council worldwide, has risen from their first Oba summit, with a clarion call on Ooni of Ife, to resolve all pending issues with his women, Queen Naomi as well, And the gathering, which took place few days ago in Lekki, Lagos, witnessed massive gathering of many top Yoruba obas, kings, state governors, influential Yoruba leaders, top government functionaries, etc. The who is who, in the southwest were gathered in that fora, And like I said, among so many other things, the mention of Queen Naomi, was what actually attracted people like us, and that is why we are bringing this report. But before I go into that detail, let me just continue with what's unfolded in that very summit. So, speaking at the fora, the president of the Yoruba Council worldwide, don't forget that this Yoruba Council worldwide is a global umbrella body of Yoruba sons and daughters, home and in the diaspora. And the president, Ire Barrister Oladokun Hassan, highlighted the purpose of the gathering, which inter alia are one, primarily, to focus on the cause of establishing a stronger accord among Yoruba traditional institutions. Two, to strengthen, promote, and institutionalize Yoruba heritage, in and around the world. Three, to restore Yoruba heritage and dignity. Four, to provide solid foundation for the socio-economic integration, of the Yoruba land. Fifth, reintegration of Yoruba laws as incorporated in the 1952/1953 laws as postulated by the late Obafemi Awolowo. These, according to him, will be passed by the Western States Assembly as independent laws and ways of the Yorubas worldwide. Okay. He went further to say it will also integrate, uh, he went on to reiterate, the fact that the end game really, is to restore dignity and weed off enemies from within and outside Yoruba land. Okay, let me just put it this way. So this fora, is the first of its kind, and is actually is a summit for Yoruba Obas and kings, So they all came together, and I already listed the reason why they came together, because they have the opinion that Yoruba heritage, not too long ago was being bastardized and not taken serious, you know. But you and I know that of recent, the Ooni of Ife has been trying to revive that, you know. The Yoruba heritage is now being gradually put at the global stage, you know, courtesy of some of the interventions of Ooni of Ife here and there, you know. Like I said, the who is who within the southwestern part of Nigeria, they're there, especially the traditional rulers, you know, and they rub minds, you know, and like I said, the end point of it is they want to integrate the Western laws, as postulated by the great Awolowo himself. The essence of it is that they want a situation where when the state assemblies all over Western Nigeria are able to ratify that law, they want to make it a law that the Nigerian state will incorporate into the Nigerian constitution, and it will serve as the law of the Yorubas, you know. And they have said that shouldn't be a problem because this is their way of life, you know, as a people, you know, and they liken it to what is happening in northern Nigeria, where you have a Sharia law being practiced and is being incorporated in the law. Okay, so that is what they are looking at. But well, it was the from what we gathered, it was the meeting was very fruitful, very interesting, and at the end of the day, when they talked about the dignity, restoring the dignity of the Yoruba, heritage, and it spoke about the Obas, how they want them to carry themselves, how they want them to be closer to their people, and how they want them to also be able, to look at their personal lifestyle, as it relates to maybe their how they keep their home, so that they can continue to earn the respect of not just the Yorubas, but the respect of the outside world, because I have the opinion that even among the Obas, there is no much unity among them, and that is why you have recently heard of the Olowo of Owo, who sort of showed some traits, like he doesn't have complete or 100% respect for the Ooni of Ife. From my little understanding of how this thing works, I see the Ooni of Ife as the spiritual leader of the Yoruba race, worldwide, and by that it means he is the number one and foremost Oba, in Yoruba land. And we have also been told that Ile-Ife, happens to be the cradle of the Yoruba heritage, or you want to call it civilization. Okay, so to that extent, he is the father of Yoruba, nation as a whole. So you will expect some measure of respect from every other Oba, in the southwest region of Nigeria. So apparently they've not been saying that, and they have also been hearing of what has been going on in and around the palace of Ooni of Ife. Some of them not too palatable, some of them not too nice, as they say, and that is why they said they brought the issue of Queen Naomi, and not just Queen Naomi. They talked about women generally, who are coming in and going out. And at the Ooni of Ife, was advised, to prune down these numbers and have imaginable size, so that, that dignity that was once there in the palace will come back. And that was what now brought the mention of Queen Naomi. And he was advised, allegedly, to see what he can do, to resolve the problem with Queen Naomi. I think the preponderance of the discussions there was that a lot of them favor the coming back of Queen Naomi, and they sort of gave the go ahead for the reintegration, to go on, and so for me that is the beauty. That is my takeaway, from that gathering. The only thing that remains now is our great KBC will he listen, to this advice, because at the end of the day, he's Onirisha, he's the spiritual father of the Yoruba race, and he's a man that believes in what he does. It's just that this time around, we really want to see him, listen to this elite group and see what he can do. We want Queen Naomi, if everything is okay, the conditions she has given, she gave three conditions the last time. I don't want to go into them, but assuming those conditions are met, I see Queen Naomi, going back, but that is on him meeting those conditions. Okay, so this is what we have at this time, and we are so glad, as Queen Naomi fans worldwide, that not just Paropo, not just Yamifa, not just the foreign custodian, not just some chiefs in the palace. Now the elite body, is also advising, suggesting, that the Ooni of Ife look into that issue with the view of reintegrating Queen Naomi back to the palace. Like I said, whatever Queen Naomi wants is what we want. Let's see if the Ooni of Ife will listen to the voice of reason at this time. Okay, so this is what we heard at this time, and we said we have to bring this to your doorstep. Okay, so in the days ahead, it's going to be interesting to see how this unfold. But whatever it is, we always stand by our dear Queen Naomi. Okay, so this is what is available at this time. What do you think? Kindly leave your opinion. This your leave your opinions. And you'll hear from me soon again. Thank you. God bless you.